Okay, guys, we will start this webinar now. So, if everyone joins in the meantime, then I will just admit them in the way. And so, this webinar is a free webinar to discuss how to become a successful developer in Dynamics 365 customer engagement, right? And if you are able to hear me properly, then just give a thumbs up in chat so that I will be proceed further. Can you give me a thumbs up in the chat? So I will be okay to proceed further. Okay, good. So yeah, I got thumbs up from Madhav and Norel. Okay, good to go. So everybody who has joined, some way they are related to Dynamics 365, right? In being a functional consultant or being a user, being a power user, or being a developer, right? But this session is not only to discuss about being a developer, we are discussing to be a successful developer in Dynamics 365, right? So let's start. So before starting this, I will tell you about me. I am Sanjay Prakash Pradhan and well called as the shop chief. I'm managing a website called as the shopchief.com, and I'm having a 10 years of experience working in Microsoft Dynamics 365 business applications, in Dynamics 365 power platforms and all related technologies I'm working in. And now I became a Microsoft certified trainer. So I normally in day-to-day life, I do prepare educational YouTube videos and conduct webinars and podcasts, write different educational blogs and prepare courses, which are some are free, some are paid, and actively participating in the Microsoft communities of Dynamics product. And I'm also attending community events which are organized by Microsoft. And at the same time, I'm a Microsoft and I am a Udemy instructor, right? So Udemy is the educational marketplace. So from there, you can read my courses there. And if you want to connect me anyway, you can go to linkedin.com. And if you want to see my videos, you can go to YouTube. And my website, you can go to subchip.com. My intention of creating this subchip.com is to create a dedicated community for Dynamics 365, right? In subchip.com, you will get to connect with multiple Dynamics 365 consultants. I have designed a forum there, community forum, where you can ask your personalized questions there to get answers. And also, I am managing webinars every week, free webinars you can join. So in every webinar, I will take different topics and tell you regarding the different topics of Dynamics 365, right? Now, so the agenda of this webinar is we will discuss why to be a developer. If you are okay with your job and you are, feeling very good in your job, or being a functional consultant or being a power user, whatever role you are currently in your organization, then why to be a developer? And I will also tell you my developer journey and the phase of a Dynamics 365 developer, right? How a developer gets prepared from the initial stage, right? Now, why to be a developer, right? I would say being a developer will give more credits to your resume or CV, right? When you are in a team and someone asks a question related to a technical term or functional term, any term or any related topics on a Dynamics 365, then you should be you should be well answered that question without waiting for someone else. So today in this world, all company wants you to be self-sufficient in your development activities or team. So if you are a functional consultant, then there might be some lacuna that you cannot answer some questions which are technical, right? So being a developer gives more credibility when you are in a team. People will ask you, people will give credit to you, people will, honor you in different way, and more chance on job offers, right? As I have told you, being a functional consultant, or the jobs which are vacancies in different MNCs, they do not require a simple functional consultant. They require a functional consultant to be either a technical functional consultant or a developer, right? So that's why, to get more job offers, because in this world, getting a job is very difficult. So you have to update your skill in such a way that you should get more chance on job offers, right, as comparison to other candidates, and better exposure in whole platform, right? If you learn functional consultant, or you just understand the functional part of Dynamics 365, then you just understand the flow, right? The entities and the terminologies, that's it. But you don't know the underlying architecture of Dynamics 365, right? So being a developer will expose you to the whole architecture and platform of Dynamics 365, so that you have a strong grip on the product itself, right? 90% MNCs are looking for developers. If you go to LinkedIn jobs, or you go to any job portals, you will get that all the vacancies that are coming under Dynamics 365 product, they are searching for developers, not functional consultants. Anyway, 10% are, they are looking for functional consultants to be a business analyst, like BA post. But I would say 90% MNCs are looking for developers. So that's why it is best part. It is high time to be a developer, and a developer is by default a functional consultant, right? But a functional guy or functional consultant cannot be a developer if he doesn't possess that much of, or that level of skill, right? Next, better growth and can take part in key decisions of an organization's plan, right? As I have told you, if someone is asking a question, if your business asks a question that are partially related to technical stream, then 90% probability are there. Being a functional consultant, you cannot answer that question, right? So it is better that you should have a full grip and strong grip on the product, so that any question that is put by any business team or change management team, you are sufficient to answer that question, right? Which decides, which gives you better growth in the same organization, and you will get also other companies job offers at the same time, right? So now, so this is why we suggest you to be a developer, right? I know you might have experience in development part, but this session will give you more on successful developer journey, right? Now, if I'll tell about my developer journey, then I have started my career in 2010, and I got training in C Sharp and .NET, and joined a company. And in 2010, I have started working in CRM 3.0 version, right? Which was very, very, premature product at that moment, before in 2010. Although it is not premature, the functionality are limited. But now it is, powered by Power Platform. Now we cannot call Dynamics 365 as a CRM itself. It is now, you know, large, powered by other, integrations, Azure integrations. Many things are there, right? And I have also configured many instances starting from CRM 3.0 and Dynamics 3, Dynamics 2011, CRM 2011, 2013, many versions I have worked on, and I have designed and implemented many configurations and customizations, and many end-to-end projects I have worked on, and written thousands of C# codes, JavaScript, CSS, HTML, SQL Server. So, in these 10 years, right, I have the level of maturity to handle complex C# codes and development codings in Dynamics 365, right? And I always kept myself updated with each Dynamics CRM versions, right? It is not good practice that if you are in a development stream and you always work on your assignments and that's all. You should be motivated, you should be updated uh, every new features that are added in new versions. What are the blogs that has been published in Microsoft site and all that. So that's why I would suggest you always keep yourself updated with the latest versions of Dynamics product. And I have written many blog articles. If you go to subchip.com, then you can get all my blogs there. And I became Microsoft certified trainer recently to train other developers. What I have learned in my 10 years, I want to share my knowledge with other audience so that they will plan their journey. Now, if we talk about the phases of a Dynamics 365 developer journey, then initially a person who doesn't know anything normally become a user of the Dynamics 365 application, business application, right? And after using that, after being a user, he will be a functional consultant. Then the phase comes to be a techno functional consultant. Then the phase comes developer, then a successful developer. I will discuss one by one stage or phase with you so that you will have a clear idea that in which phase I am in and what things I have to do or what skill needs to be updated for myself to achieve that level of or that phase of Dynamics 365 developer journey, right? Now, being a user of Dynamics 365, some things you will learn, like learning the basic of products, right? What is Dynamics 365 and what is account, all the terminologies, what is an account, what is a contact, right? Where the navigations are placed, what is the ribbon bar, what is sitemap, right? What is form, what is view. So these are all because these are all terminologies of Dynamics 365, right? So being a user, you always learn the basics of the product and understand the navigations, user interface elements, the terminologies, account, contact, opportunity, email, activities, right? So these are all the terminology you are aware of being a user, helping on designing basic business processes, right? When you are a user of Dynamics 365, you are always intended to help designing some basic business processes, right? Although the business process is not that much complex, the basic business scenario or processes you can help with the business. Being a user, working with different functionality provided in the product, right? There are functionality like export, import, and all that. Working with advanced find, querying data in UI, and exporting data and uploading data, importing data, all that. So these are all common functionality that has been implemented in the product itself. And being a user, you take part in change management team for advice also, right? So if your business wants to implement some change on the product, you can take part to give advice because you are just a user, you are not a power user or you are not a customizer so that you can give influential idea or more technical ideas, but you can take part of the change management team for advice. Now this is the user's journey, being a user. Now if we talk about functional consultant Dynamics 365 role, then I would say you have to learn more, right? Just learning the modules and how navigation works, how UI works, you should learn more because you are a functional consultant. Learning the out of the box modules and apps in the product, right? What the product can do with us or for us for our business. You have to understand what are the out of the box modules present and what are the apps also available or what are the apps comes with the product when I get subscribed for that. And designing business processes and workflows, right? If business were asked to uh, create a workflow or a business process and you are sufficient enough to design the business process or workflow, because that level of maturity you possess in that position, so that you are able to design a business process or workflow as per the business requirement, right? Working with features of the product, you are sufficient to understand what all features are there in the product. Being a functional consultant, you are not supposed to ignore any features that are part of the product. So being a functional consultant, you learn more and more configuration and more integrations. What other products are there that with which we can integrate our product, right, seamlessly? Because if a business user asks some question about integration or configuration, you are sufficient enough to answer the question. You should not wait for other team to answer this, right? And we have also data management concept. We have to understand export, import, how to resolve a duplicate detection concept, and all that. So managing data concept completely should be the grip of this functional consultant role. Performing system admin tasks. Okay, if someone is asking to import a data, then you have to import the data. If someone is asking to create a user in the system itself, giving a security role, you should be sound enough to perform that activity, right? And Power BI analytics. If someone is asking to create a report for some query, and your business wants that query, then you have to create without thinking anything. Because why I'm telling you without thinking means a functional consultant must possess or must have that level of grip on these terminologies and on these functionalities, right? Working with analytics, performing admin tasks and configuration of the elements, a data management task, business management task, right? Feature analysis and designing business processes, all that. And also, a functional consultant can be a business analyst, right? He can give more idea on the product because he possesses more than a user's knowledge on the product, right? So, so, so this is the role of functional consultant. And if we talk about techno-functional consultant, if we talk about techno-functional consultant, then I would say uh, the techno-functional consultant is more talented than just a functional consultant. Why I'm saying this? Because techno-functional consultants understand the customization part. Okay, he knows how to customize the schema, right? Schema means entities, forms, views, dashboards, and all that, right? So you can so the techno-functional consultants are in a broader knowledge rather than a functional consultant. If your business is asking to customize a custom entity, to create a custom entity with some valid fields and that are part of different domain itself, then we can also, right, we can also so we understand that being a functional techno-functional consultant, you should be aware of all the customization scopes that are available in the product, right? Entities, forms, views, dashboards, charts, many are there, right? Business rules, workflows, business process flows, dialogues, actions. These are many items that are comes under customization, schema customization. And a techno-functional consultant should be aware of all administration tasks that are available in the product, starting from business management, starting from data management, email activities, and all settings, security metrics knowledge, and we have system settings, auto number configurations, auditing concept. So whatever configuration you can think of must be aware of by this techno-functional guy. Okay, there is no excuse. So I would suggest, if you cannot be a developer right now in this stage, be a techno-functional consultant, because the next page is the developer, right? So, so if I will discuss about techno-functional, then these are the knowledge you should possess in a team. And 90%, 80 to 70 to 80% company require techno-functional, right? Another is being a developer, right? Now this next phase after the techno-functional role is being a developer, right? Once you are telling yourself, once you are confident that you can develop a product or you can customize or you can write code, then you are confident that you can be a developer. All developers are expert in product configuration, right? How to install a product, how to install Dynamics 365, how we can integrate with other, platforms, and how we can create instances, different instances for production, instances for test environment, instances for quality assurance. So you should be expert in whole product configuration, right? And you must have, not should have, I will use, you must have knowledge on C sharp, JavaScript, CSS, cascading style sheets, HTML, jQuery, web services, SQL Server. Because once we are saying that you are going to be a developer, it means that you should write code. That's it. Because till techno-functional consultant role, you are not supposed to write a single line of code. Because techno-functional means that you can customize the system, but you cannot extend your product. So a developer must possess .NET knowledge with JavaScript, client-side scripts, and server-side configuration, server-side codes to be a developer. And you should be an expert in product customization also, right? If you are thinking that I will be a developer in Dynamics 365 and I don't want to, customize forms, then it is not the well-versed statement of a developer. Because when you write code, you must be an expert in product customization, right? So developer means he understand all the understandings of a user, all the understanding of a functional consultant, and all the understanding of a techno-functional consultant, right? And he should be sufficient to extend the product, writing plugins, writing custom workflows, custom applications, customizing ribbons, sitemap. All these products, all these customization or extensions require code, and it's called as C sharp or .NET code, right? Now you can think of what are the required parameters, what knowledges I will possess myself to be a developer, right? Now, once you are a developer in your organization, the next thing is how to be successful in develop, how to be a successful developer in Dynamics 365. Again, I am asking you, there is a gap between developer, being a developer, and being a successful developer, right? There are many developers who don't know Azure integrations knowledge in these days, right? We cannot call them as a successful developers. I know they are developers, they write code, they write plugins, workflows, all that. But being a successful requires more grip on the ecosystem of Power Platform with Dynamics 365, right? You should be expert in product configuration first, being a successful developer. Any configuration question or any installation, upgradation, migration, any question someone is asking to you, you should be aware of that question, and you must be self-sufficient to answer that question. That's I call a successful developer. Expert in product customization, any form customization, any view customization, chart, dashboards, any customization you should be aware of, and you should be expert of, not aware of, right? And you should be expert in extending product. All development activity you should perform on that product, right? You should be confident on the all client side configurations, all client scripts, all the client APIs provided by Microsoft, right? Showing notifications, dealing with the entities through JavaScript, and all server related codes, right? Plugins, workflows, you should be aware of. Being aware of is not the correct word, right? You should be expert, right? Expert in integration, right? If someone is asking how to integrate SMS service in Dynamics 365, you should be well answered to that question to the user. Otherwise, they will not, give you that much credit, because you have not answered that question. So this kind of knowledge, level of maturity of knowledge on integrations, migration, extending the product, including all client side and server side code, are required for being a successful developer. And active participation in forums, being expert in configuration, customization, extending the product, integration, migration are not at all sufficient. I'm telling you, just be active in the forum. Okay, participate in all forums, participate in blog activities, write some blogs and post in different blog sites, participate in question answers which are put by other developers or other consultants in the forum. That way you can make yourself strong grip in the product. Okay, and another thing currently we have to understand is power platform working knowledge, right? Today in these days, power platform, so we cannot call Dynamics 365 at its own word. We always associate Dynamics 365 and power platform. Any certification you do or anything you do related to the education, then you should you can think that you can see that the certifications are telling that Dynamics 365 and power platform. Okay, you never get any certification that Dynamics 365 developer or Dynamics 365 consultant like that. So in these days, Dynamics 365 comes with power platform integrations. So you must possess power platform working knowledge to be a successful developer. When I'm saying power platform working knowledge means you should be aware of power apps, canvas apps, model driven apps, how power automate works, power flow works, and how Power BI is used to create magnificent dashboards and all that. And we have also, Power Virtual Agent, how we can create chatbots, a virtual agent so that the chatbot can communicate with the customer for real world scenarios. And we can also understand, how to integrate with Azure, right? How to communicate with Dynamics 365 with Azure integration, how to write logic apps, how to create Azure serverless functions and all that. We should also understand PCF, right? Power Apps Component Framework, which is a framework by which we can create custom components for our Dynamics 365, right? So this is PCF is a revolution now. That is not at all a concept now. So we should work on PCFs, and we should knowledge on DevOps also. This is very very important for being a successful developer. How CRM solutions or Dynamics 365 solutions components are getting managed in source control system, how CDS works, how common data service works, how CDS entities are managed in online platform, how can we do unit testing, how best practices can be implemented in our projects, how to work with portals, right? Portals are nothing but websites that we can create using Power Apps, so that on that website or that portal can be exposed in the or published in the public domain so that other users can read our content on that portal. And you can also implement your virtual agents or power chatbots on that portal so that customers can interact with that. You have to full understanding on web API. So many things are there which required to be a successful developer. Now you can think of yourself that on which stage you are in, right? So I have discussed many things and many phases of being a successful developer, right? Now you have to understand and you have to access yourself and understand the requirements. Then you can nurture yourself nurture your learnings to fill the gaps of your learning, right? So this is the all content of my webinar, and I will just give you a opportunity to ask some questions if you want. And in the meantime, I am telling you that go to subchip.com, join the WhatsApp group I have created. This is a free WhatsApp group I have created. Many people are joined. We are sharing many things on that group, right? This is a personalized group. We share videos, we share blogs, courses, podcasts, webinars, many things we are sharing that. You can also ask your customized, personalized questions there. And we also share any vacancies or job offers on this domain. So you go and join the community and involve yourself to be self-updated, right? So any question, guys, till now? If you have any question, then you can ask. Okay. So I don't think I'm not getting any questions. If you want to ask anything, you can ask me. I'll give you 2 minutes. So you can, I have 6 minutes with me so that we'll discuss about the question answers. And also the most important is you can just go and go to my YouTube channel. If you go to subchip.com, you can get many informations. It's related to, all informations I have combined in that website. I have associated my Facebook page, associated Twitter, slide share slides, podcast, Udemy links, where I publish my articles or courses there. And so I just want to create this community so that we can share our knowledge with other developers for betterment, to keep our knowledge updated, right? Okay, so any questions, guys? Okay, someone is asking that does Power Platform replaces the coding in CRM? That is a very, very good question. I was expecting this. Power Platform never replaces the code, right? Power Platform come into picture for business users and citizen developers to create custom apps that are that are sufficient for building custom apps, and to address some of the issues which are required to write code. But we can say partially it can replace some code, like Power Apps, Power Virtual Agents. See, if you think about Power Virtual Agents, let's say Power Virtual Agent is a technology by which we can create chatbots, right? And using that chatbots, the virtual agent can interact with a real customer to get required data. Now you can think of that if there is no Power Virtual Agent, which is a part of Power Platform, then what is the conventional way to create a chat functionality? A lot of code is required. The socket programming, the real world integration of capture responses and risk requests. So we have seen that in my experience I can tell you that it is very difficult to write a chat application with all code. Now Power Platform gives you a drag and drop interface to create chatbots which doesn't require a single line of code. And also we can integrate a Power Automator Flow, which is another Power Platform technology with uh, a Power Virtual Agent, which can integrate a lot of frontline business applications with our chatbot, right? So I cannot tell you that Power Platform replaces the code, but somehow in some way Power Platform replaces the code, but still there is always a extension exist for managing complex business logics that require by a business. You always write C sharp codes and JavaScript, all that. Power Platform cannot replace, but it is just replacing some codings that are not required anymore. Okay, we can create custom apps, but we cannot. Power Platform doesn't replace 100%. It may replace 50% or 40%, but it cannot replace 100%. Any questions? You can send me in chat also. I'll have only 2 minutes in hand.
Sanjay, this is Kiran.
Hi.
So, hi, I would like to know. See, I myself, I place in a scale of user
Right.
as I am learning now. But once I'm done with the things, and if I put myself with D365 interface, I'm very familiar. And then can I apply as a techno functional,
Yes.
or
You
do
can
I still place as
no.
user only?
No. You can apply as a techno functional.
Okay.
Okay.
So for techno functional, if I'm I don't know to write a code like C sharp, I'm not having the knowledge on that. Still, it works as techno functional.
It works as a techno functional, but anyway, I will suggest you have to upgrade yourself for customer. I mean, writing codes, right? As I've told you, techno functional doesn't require much code, but
Mhm.
again, you should learn coding also.
Okay.
Okay. Now, someone is asking, I was working in Dynamics 365 F&O. Now I am released from the project. So could you please suggest me how to prepare? Okay, so who asked this question? He can contact me offline because I am ending the session now. Contact. I am sending my contact details so they can contact me in my email ID so that I can resolve queries of everyone. Okay. Thank you guys for your time. We will see you in next webinar. Thank you.